You are live, प्रभु जी. हरे कृष्ण.
हरे कृष्णा।
कंप्यूटर थोड़ा फिक्स करिए प्रभु, आपका आंख नहीं देख रहा है. हाँ,
ठीक है।
ठीक है प्रभु.
हरे कृष्णा। Good morning, everybody. We are continue serving Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, chapter 10, text number 38, deliverance of the Amal Arjuna trees. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmitaya Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manovistam Sthapitamena Bhutale Swayam Rupakadamayam Dadhati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Utapadakamlam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamsya. Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam. Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam. Sri Radha Krishna Padanu Sahagana Sri Lalita Shivishakhavitam Sya. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kant Radha Kant Namastate. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Sri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanusute Pranamami Haripriya. Vanchakalpatarubhasya Kripa Sindhu Bevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namaha. Namam Vishnu Padare Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swamiti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gaurvani Pachar Nirvisesa Shunyavadi Pashatadi Satarine. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivaswati Gaur Bhaktinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we are here continuing the prayers by this Nalkor and Manigriva. This is their last prayer, and then the Lord will reply to them, and then that will be the end of the chapter. So this is the last prayer by Nalkor and Manigriva, text number 38. Vaneno gun kathena shravano kathayam hastau cha karmasu manastava padayornaha smrityam sirastava nivasa jagat praname drashti satam darsanestu bhavat tanunam. Vani, words, the power of speech. Guna anukathena, always engage in talking about your pastimes. Sravana, the ear or oral reception. Kathayam, or talking about you and your pastimes. Hasto, hands and legs and other senses. Cha and karmasu, engaging them in the executing your mission. Manah, the mind. Tava, your. Padayo, of your lotus feet. Naha, our. Smrityam, in remembrance, always engaged in meditation. Siraha, the head. Tava, your. Nivasa Jagat Pranam, because you are all pervading, you are everything, and our heads should be bowed down, not looking for enjoyment. Drishti, the power of sight. Satam of the Vaishnavas. Darshana, in saying, Astu, let all of them be engaged in this way. Bhavat Tanunam, who are none different from you. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Henceforward, may all our words describe your pastimes. May our ears engage in oral reception of your glories. May our hands, legs, and other senses engage in actions pleasing to you. And may our minds always think of your lotus feet. May our heads offer our obeisances to everything within this world, because all things are also your different forms. And may our eyes see the forms of Vaishnavas who are none different from you. Does this sloka remind someone else in Srimad Bhagavatam?
पादो हरे
Who?
अमरीश अमरीश महाराज.
Right, Amrish Maharaj. Exactly, 9th canto. Exactly. So we'll talk about more about Amrish Maharaj. Let's see the purport. Here the process of understanding the Supreme Person of Godhead is given. The process is bhakti. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Vandam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam. Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, chapter 5, text 23. This was spoken by Prahlad Maharaj to his father. When his father, what did you learn in the school? Then Prahlad Maharaj say, I learned, this is what I learned. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam. Everything should be engaged in the service of the Lord. Rishikesh, Sevanam, Bhakti Ruchyate, Narad Pancharatra. Everything, the mind, the body, and all the sense organs should be engaged in Krishna's service. This is to be learned from expert devotees like Narada, Swayambhu, and Sambhu. This is the process. We cannot manufacture our own way of understanding the Supreme Person of Godhead. For it is not that everything one manufactures or concocts will lead to understanding God. Such a proposition, Jatama Tatapad, is foolish. Krishna says, Bhaktyam ekaya grahya. Only by executing the activities of bhakti can one understand me. Srimad Bhagavatam 11 canto chapter 14 text 21. This is called Anukulyena Krishnanusilanam, remaining engaged favorably in the service of the Lord. So Nalkuvar and Manigreva, they had a darshan of the Lord. They are coming from the very high planet, enjoyment in the heavenly planets, you see. And they got into trouble, right? They got into trouble drinking Varuni and enjoying in the secret river Mandakini river without naked. And when the great says Narada came, they didn't care for him. Of course, the ladies, they cover themselves, but these two boys, two sons of Kuvera, they didn't do anything. They were thinking, why is he here? Why the Narada is here in our enjoyment? Why is he coming in the way of our enjoyment? That's what they were thinking. They were intoxicated. They didn't think that they were naked. Person who is intoxicated, he doesn't know what is he doing. He doesn't know. So that was the situation of this to Nalkura Manigrava. And of course, Narad Muni, to purify them, to bring them to their senses, Narad Muni cursed them to become a trees. 100 celestial years. You understand? I mean, understand, if we have, think about it. If we are injured, our leg, we have a problem with our legs, let's say we are in injury, and doctor say that you have to 1 month you have to stay in the bed, you cannot get up. What will be our situation? Think about it. Just to tolerate 1 month is difficult, to be just lying in the bed. What to say here? They have to stand 100 celestial years as a tree. Means heat and cold and rain and everything. And besides that, they were conscious. That's another thing. Tree usually in the mode of ignorance is unconscious. You cut a tree, the tree doesn't feel. Ignorance. Hmm. So, but here they were here and they were conscious. So they knew everything, what was happening, what was going on, and on top of there's a tree. They had to go through all this because they were by the mercy of Narad Muni, they were conscious, so they could feel everything. That's the point. And when you feel something heavily for these 100 celestial years, means it's a long time. It's a long time. Mm. But the good point was that they were in the courtyard of Narad of Nand Maharaj. And of course, Narad Muni had given them the benefit, the benediction that they will have darshan of Krishna, and Krishna will be release them. Now, to Krishna, to have Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Himself, Krishna Himself, comes here and delivers them. Krishna, who is bound, but he is unbinding someone else. He is bound. He is bound, but he is liberating someone else. This is the nature of Krishna. This is the nature of the pure devotee of the Lord at the same time. Mhm. So here the Nalku and Manigriva, they are released. As we know, Krishna just pulled the mortar. Little boy. I'm just wondering, how can you bind the little boy's vest? I mean, it must be required. It cannot be just this ordinary rope. And the mortar was also heavy. Mortar was not some rinky dinky little. No, it was big mortar. And Jasoda binding this 3.5 year boy, age 3.5 year age boy, with a rope. And now I'm sure that rope must be not like a big rope. We use it for the Rath Yatra. I don't think so. Jasoda is not that cruel, right? That's just a rope, just a regular little rope. Rope not made up of. This rope must be not be made up of this coconut. Hmm? Just regular like children plays with jumping up and down, jumping like regular rope, just little rope to tie him up. But the Krishna, by his mercy, he is giving the strength. Now, rope and mortar is also conscious. So Krishna is investing his power in this rope so that rope doesn't break. Because Krishna has to pull the mortar, and the mortar also makes sure mortar also doesn't happen to mortar. So he's investing his energy, Krishna, in the rope and the mortar. And mortar has to be, he has to pull. And it has to come between and these Arjuna trees, the Yamal Arjuna trees, they were going all the way up in the sky. That's tall trees. And a lot of branches on that. And in that there is two Nalkora Manigriva is there. So Nalkora Manigriva for 100 celestial years, they are repented so much. Imagine the repentance. Hmm. When we are in difficulty, isn't it when you met in the accident, hmm? And you hurt your legs and your hands, and you are in the hospital, hmm? Lying there for a long time. For us, 6 months is also too much. What to say of the 100 celestial years? And particularly persons who are active hold their life, and they go to when they are hurt, like they hurt and they have to stay in the bed. Imagine their situation. If you have come across any one person like that, I'm sure you must have. Persons who are active and they when they are getting an accident or whatever reason, they are in the hospital. For them, it's like a prison house for a month or 6 months, whatever. Right? Here there are 100 celestial years. Imagine how much they must be repenting. I hope they were not cursing Narad Muni. But of course, Narad Muni cannot be cursed. That's another thing. Narad Muni is a Mahajan, is a great devotee of the Lord. I hope they were not getting angry at Narad Muni. What you put us in this situation for 100 celestial years, you know. But they are lamenting. And because of the lamentation, ultimately, when they had a darshan of the Lord, when when the time came, the Lord knows when to do what to do. That's another thing. Sometimes we don't know what to do, when to do, or how to do it. We don't know because we are limited senses. Our tiny brain, whatever tiny brain can think about it, do much, nothing, right? But here, Krishna is there. So Krishna knows. He's a Supreme Lord. He knows what to do, when to do, how to do it. Right. So exact time when the Nalkora Manigrava they were about, time was coming, and at that time Krishna comes. And this happens in devotees' lives also. Not just devotees' life, but sometimes we hear. So when the book distributor is gonna go for book distribution, and he finds a one man in the car, yeah, and he's all and the windows are completely closed, and when man is not happy. Man was gonna commit a suicide, was thinking to commit a suicide, and suddenly this book distributor comes and knock the window, right? And he opens, and then he talks. The devotee talks to him, and the man was about to commit suicide, and Krishna sends to stop them commit suicide. This is Krishna's arrangement. See. So Krishna knows when to do it, how to do it, what to do it, and we don't know. Narad Muni, his pure devotee, also knows that, but we don't know. So that's why we take the shelter of the pure devotees, lotus feet, and the Lord, of course. See. So here the Krishna is releasing them, and now these are the prayers we are for like couple of days we are reading the prayers. We are talking about the prayers of this Haigriva and Manigriva and Nalkova and Manigriva, right? Yeah. So this prayer is famous prayer. What they are saying is that this is exactly the prayers of Ambrish Muni, Ambrish Maharaj. 9th canto, chapter 4, text 18, 19, and 20. Savai mana Krishna padar vindayor, vachamsi vaikunta gunanu varnane, karo harer mandir marjanado, srutim chakarachyuta sata kathode. This is Maharaj, he's saying, Maharaj Ambrish saying, what Maharaj Ambrish? Now, you remember who was Maharaj Ambrish? Ambrish Maharaj was the son. He had three brothers. He had three brothers. Ambrish Maharaj was the son of Nabhaga, I think. Nabhaga, yeah. Nabhaga's son was Nabhaga, and Nabhaga's sons were these four brothers, Ambrish Maharaj and other three brothers. And Nabhaga was a great personality. He was great person, worshipper of the Lord. So he had sent, no, I'm sorry. Nabhaga and the Nabhaga, yeah, Nabhaga had three brothers. Nabhaga had three brothers. Nabhaga was the father, and he had three brothers. One was Nabhaga, another three brothers. And they were sent to the ashrama for studying. So other three brothers, after the ashram, their time was over, they came home. But Nabhaga stayed there. So these three brothers, when they returned, they decided that our father Nabhaga is getting old, so they decided they should distribute the wealth of his father. So his father said, okay, you all distribute the wealth. So these all three brothers of this Nabhaga, they distributed the wealth among themselves. And they didn't think the fourth brother Nabhaga, who was still in the ashram. They thought, well, he's in ashram, he's not gonna come. Right? Because when you are Gurukul ashram, it happens that sometimes you are brahmachari, you just stay in the ashram, but other comes homes, right? After Gurukul school is finished. So three brothers distributed the wealth of their father Nabhaga, and they just distributed. So when Nabhaga returned after some time, he asked his brother, sir, where is my share? So then Nabhaga, the three brothers said, well, we distributed all this. They didn't want to deal with it. So they said, your share is our father. So Nabhaga was a very good person. He was very kind, very honest, and he's a devotee of the Lord. So he went to his father and he said, well, my father, you are the share, you are my share. Other three has taken everything. The father said, how is that possible? I cannot be share of your share. Well, that's what they did. So Nabhaga said, okay, this is what you do to Nabhaga, his son. There was some yajna was going on, Angira Rishi. And while they were gonna chant some mantras, and at that time there were some mantras which this Nabhaga knew that they will not able to chant properly. So then he said, you go there, and he taught these two mantras. Nabhaga gave these two mantras to Nabhaga and told him that you chant these two mantras there. So when Angira Rishi was performed the yajna, he went there, and Nabhaga chanted these two mantras so nicely. So there, Angira Rishi's yajna was very successful. So he was happy. So Angira Rishi, whatever he had received in this yajna, so much wealth, he gave to this boy. He said, yeah, we are happy with you. Please take all this wealth. So he gave everything. Angira Rishi gave everything to Nabhaga. But while the Nabhaga was coming home with everything, there was a black man came in the way. And a black man said that all this yajna offering belongs to me. Nabhaga said, well, I'm following my father's order. My father had told me to come here, and Angira has given wealth. So he said, let's go to my father. Whatever my father says, I will follow it. I'm just following my father's order. So Nabhaga and this black man, they came with the wealth and they came to their father. And the Nabhaga is telling to his father, Nabhaga, look, here is, you told me whatever you told me to, I did it. Here is the wealth. And now this black man is coming. Black man wants this wealth. He said he belongs to it. So Nabhaga said, yeah, Nabhaga said, his son to Nabhaga, yeah, you are right. It belongs to this black man. But Nabhaga knew who that black man was. He knew. He knew that he was Lord Shiva. No, he said that well, the wealth belongs to Lord Shiva. So Lord Shiva, as a black man, he saw the character, the behavior of his son Nabhaga and Nabhaga, both father and son. So Lord Shiva was very happy with him. He saw the character. He saw the behavior of both of them, father and the son. And Shiva gave everything to Amrish. So Nabhaga had the whole kingdom. And Nabhaga's son was Amrish Maharaj. So father was like a son. Son was like a son. Son was like a father. So Amrish Maharaj had received everything. But he was always engaged in the service of the Lord. Always. For him, everything, he was Chakravarti Samrat, Amrish Maharaj, which we read in Canto 9 about Amrish Maharaj. He was Chakravarti Samrat. He had everything. But he was considering everything as just a stone lying on the road. He didn't care much for it. Elephants, horses, so much gold, so much he had, everything. He was Chakravarti Samrat. But for him, the main point was in his life was to serve Lord and his devotees. That was his. And his wife was also same qualified. That's another thing. His wife had also the same qualification. His wife was helping in the service. So he was Amrish Maharaj. This was Amrish Maharaj's character. This was Amrish Maharaj. So that's why here the Sukadeva Goswami described in 9th canto, chapter 4. Amrish in the first, and this is the ghost. So Sukadeva Goswami instructs to Maharaj Parikshit, showing the character of Amrish Maharaj. So in 9.4.18, he said that Maharaj Amrish always engaged his mind in meditating upon the lotus feet of Krishna, his words in describing the glories of the Lord, his hands in cleansing the Lord's temple, and his ears in hearing the words spoken by Krishna, about Krishna. So means he engaged his mind in the meditation of the Lord, and he used his tongue, the tongue in the glorification of the Lord. His hands used in the cleaning the temple of the Lord, and his ears hearings about Krishna. Hearing spoken by Krishna about Krishna means hearing Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. Hearing spoken by Krishna means Bhagavad Gita, right? And about Krishna means Srimad Bhagavatam. Then he says, Mukunda Lingalaya Darshane Drishu Tadbhritya Gatra Sparshe Anga Sangamam Granam cha Tatpad Sarojas Saurabhe Srimat Tulasya Rasanam Tad Arpita. Maharaj Amrish engaged his eyes in seeing the deities of Krishna, Krishna's temples and Krishna's place like Mathura and Vrindavan. He engaged his sense of touch in touching the bodies of the Lord's devotees. He engaged his sense of smell in smelling the fragrance of tulsi offered to the Lord. And he engaged his tongue in tasting the Lord's prasadam. So it means all his senses. Eyes, ears, nose, tongue, the legs, hands, all in the service of the Lord. Mind thinking of the Lord. So all the Gyanendriya, knowledge acquiring senses, and the working senses he used in solution. Then he says, Padau Harir Kshetra Padanu Sarpane Siro Rishikesh Padabhi Vandane Kamam Cha Dasyena Tu Kamyaya Yathottama Shloka Janasraya Trati. Maharaj Amrish engaged his legs in walking to the holy places and temples of the Lord. He said in bowing down before the Lord, and all his desires in serving the Lord 24 hours a day. This is the important point here, making about the bowing the head. Means paying obeisances to the Lord and his devotees. And legs in walking to the temple. Walking to the temple, walking in the holy places, going to the holy places. Engage. And his desire in serving, this is important. Desire is the most important. What we desire according to that we will follow. Because the problem is our desire, our intelligence, and our will, they all are contaminated, unfortunately. Our desire is contaminated. Our desire is contaminated to be material, to fulfill material desires, contaminated by material things. Right? So we have to offer this desire, our intelligence and will at the lotus feet of the Lord. Because our desire is contaminated. Whatever we will think, whatever desire is, we will follow that desire. To fulfill that desire, we'll do anything. Because we don't know what is good for us. That's another problem. We don't know. And if we know, still our desire doesn't change, then what happens? We're just gonna follow our mind and our intelligence. See? So this is important. That is from Amrish Maharaj. All his desires serving the Lord 24 hours a day. Indeed, Amrish Maharaj never desired anything for his own sense gratification. He engaged all his senses in devotional service in various engagements related to the Lord. This is the way to increase attachment for the Lord and be completely free from all material desires. This is what Amrish Maharaj did. And exactly the same thing this Nalguru Manigriva is asking to the Lord. They are begging, because they are saying here, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is writing in the commentary on this shloka, as we are your followers and Narada servant, both are saying to the Lord that we are your followers and we are Narada's servants. They are Narada's servants at the same time. They are also servants of whose? They were servants of who?
Krishna.
No.
Before.
They both were the servants of who? We read in the beginning.
Demigods.
Yeah, but who?
In they were the
Indra.
Come on. Whose servants? Whom they were related to? Whom they were disciple of? In the beginning we read. Lord Shiva. And they were related to Lord Shiva, and that's why they were there. In Lord Shiva's garden. And there was river Mandakini river, and that's why they were enjoying. So that's what here it says, that we are your followers and Narad's servant, and you should be very merciful to us. They are praying here. This is a prayer. They are saying that we're gonna go back there in the heavenly planets again, and please help us, protect us, so that we can engage like Amrish Maharaj. We can engage all our senses, our mind in your service. That's what they are praying here. They are begging here. They are begging to the Lord, because they know that when they go up in heavenly planets, there is enjoyment, nothing else. And they don't want to, they are already gone through it for hundreds celestial years. They don't want any more anything. No material desires. Just want to fully commit 24 hours, all their life, whatever rest of the life, to just engage in the service. Please do that. That's what they are praying here in this prayer. We now pray for form something rarely given to others. We are saying this is not given to everybody. How many people in the world are engaging 24 hours in the service of the Lord? Some Hare Krishnas, that's about it. On this planet. What to say on the planet, heavenly planets, where there is a full enjoyment, facility for all the enjoyment. That's why they are praying. The particle church should be understood after each item. May our words always be engaged in describing your qualities. This is important. Words. Not talking about the devotees, not talking about blabbing about devotees, not finding the faults in the talking about finding the faults in devotees. Not that, but glorifying the devotees, glorifying the Lord, His qualities, pastimes. And nothing else. May our minds be engaged in the remembering your lotus feet. This is important. Mind is the six senses, which is always giving trouble to us. Our mind, right? When we start chanting Hare Krishna, or when we have to in Srimad Bhagavatam, our mind is somewhere else, on the cell phone, checking WhatsApp messages. This is mind, right? May our heads pay respect to the living entities, the devotees, or such as Narada. Here, listen to this. Because they had already done it, they didn't do it. Narada came previously, they didn't do it. So now they are begging that please, any devotees come like Narada, please, let us remind us to offer obeisances. Or Nivasa Jagata can be vocative or abode of the universe. May our eyes be engaged in seeing your form. This is important. May our eyes be engaged in seeing the form of the Lord. Eyes are roaming around everywhere to see everything else, but not the form of the Lord. Right? And those of devotees such as Narada. So these are the exactly what Ambrish Maharaj was prayed, was doing. Here this Nalkona Manigrava is asking, praying to the Lord that please allow us to guide us, give us your benediction, so that when we go up, we're gonna go up and we can continue. So from there we can come to your home, back to Godhead. That's what they are praying now. You are sending us back to our place, but our place is fully enjoying place. But please allow us to be there. We don't forget when we engage in the service. So ultimately, after that, from there we come to your home, come to our original home, back to God. And this is the prayers they are praying. Okay. So this chapter will be over soon. Now the Sukdev Goswami will talk. Sukdev Goswami will say, and then Lord will speak. Lord will tell them in 3 verses. And then this chapter will be over. And then we will come to next chapter, Childhood Pastimes of Krishna. Chapter 11. Okay. Any questions, any comments?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Haribo.
Yes, sir. I had a question, Prabhu.
Bolo.
So, Prabhu, thank you for the lecture, Prabhu. As you mentioned about the Prabhu, the point like we know that our desire is contaminated, our will is even contaminated,
Mm.
and we even pray to Lord also that Lord, I don't know like what's good for me, Krishna, I don't know what's good for me. You decide for me. You take my will. But still, after praying, also we follow the desire, or maybe we do the same thing. Then how do we reconcile this? How do we understand this point? Like even we understand that our will is contaminated. We pray that Krishna, you decide for me, and then we follow the same thing again.
So everything happens soon.
No, bro.
So it takes time. Krishna is listening our prayer. Krishna's timing is different, our timing. Krishna's condition is different, our conditions. So we keep praying. Why we keep chanting Hare Krishna? After chanting Hare Krishna, did we realize the Krishna Prem? Did we?
No.
No. But see, we continue chanting, right? So
Yes.
similarly, we continue praying. If you keep praying, then Krishna one day he's so out of the blue, he will come up and he will take care of everything. It takes time. We are for many births, for millions of births, we are going through the repeated birth, death, old age, disease, for many births. So we have to be patient and we have to go on. We have to have faith. There is prayer is there. Prayer is powerful. But I'm not powerful. Right? I'm not powerful. My desires are these desires are not from this lifetime. These desires are from many lifetimes, previous lifetimes. I'm carry on these desires. Right? But if we continue it, Krishna will one day listen and out of the blue will surprise. Whole consciousness will completely change. It's a Saranagati is not easy. Saranagati is not easy. To surrender everything to the Lord is not easy. But if we keep praying, then Lord is listening. He's listening and he will do it. He'll do it. And that's we have to have faith in the prayer. What I'm praying, I have to have a faith in the what I'm praying. So it takes time.
Yes.
We have to go ups and down in the life. That is part of the life. Go ups and down. But in devotional service also we go up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Isn't it? But actually we are going up, down, up, 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 up and up and up and up. So we just go on, continue. Okay.
Yeah, bro.
Okay. Anything else?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Thank you, bro.
Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you. Hare
One
Krishna.
thing about the
Guru.
rope, that ropes are the varieties rope, because she searching for the many ropes and still in short. That means I'm just thinking that according to the, even though neighbors also helping to bring the ropes, colorful and that is one size, maybe varieties of size, maybe I'm just thinking. I'm not sure. Just I'm thinking that.
But this rope must be not the rope made up from the coconut. Coconut rope is so tight. This I mean we're talking about 5,000 years ago. She's a queen of the Vrindavan. I mean she has so many, and these ropes are also conscious. There's another thing.
Right.
Okay.